Malcolm Jamal Warner and Regina King know all too well that a fairy tale ending doesn't always last forever. These two Hollywood heavyweights seem to have it all: fame, fortune, and thriving careers. But behind the scenes, their story had layers way deeper than most folks realized. Once the envy of many and the talk of the town, their love story took a twist that nobody saw coming. The seeds of their connection were planted back in the 80s when they were both child stars, but their romance didn't take off until much later. After Regina's first marriage came to an end, fate brought her and Malcolm back together, and they sparked a relationship that seemed straight out of a rom-com. Regina believed their union was written in the stars. She was convinced the timing was divine. Both had lived through their share of ups and downs, which made them ready for each other. With Regina's faith in their love shining through, it wasn't hard for fans to buy into the dream. By the time they officially became an item in 2011, they had the streets talking as one of Hollywood's it couples. Folks were rooting for them, seeing their love as goals. Not long after their relationship went public, the engagement rumors started flying. Both fans and the media were sure wedding bells were on the way. The buzz grew louder as the whispers spread, but Malcolm and Regina quickly shut it down, saying they weren't engaged. They wanted to move at their own pace and see where love would lead them. Even with their cautious approach, the couple stayed a hot topic, with people praying they'd eventually tie the knot. Unfortunately, things fell apart in what seemed like the blink of an eye. After just 2 years of being Hollywood's golden pair, word on the street was that their love story had ended in heartbreak. The industry was stunned when the rumors were finally confirmed. The split wasn't just shocking, it was downright devastating because of how it all went down. Word on the street was that Malcolm pulled the plug on the relationship out of the blue, deciding he just wasn't feeling it anymore. Regina, completely blindsided. There were no red flags, no signs, no heads up. To make matters worse, Malcolm reportedly asked Regina and her son, Ian Alexander Jr., to move out of the home they all shared. The breakup hit Regina like a ton of bricks. An insider close to her spilled that she was deeply shaken by how suddenly it all ended. What hurt the most? She never got an explanation. Regina kept it real about her feelings, sharing how tough the whole situation was, though she kept the more personal details to herself. Then, 2 years later, Regina had folks gagged when she dropped a truth bomb in an interview with US Weekly. Asked about her most memorable Valentine's Day gift, she shared a story that was both petty and painful. Somebody had the audacity to dump her on Valentine's Day, and then send her flowers later that same day, claiming they still loved her. While she didn't name-drop Malcolm, the streets couldn't help but connect the dots, especially since he never denied it. Regina admitted she threw those flowers straight in the trash and had a few choice words for the sender. The irony of it all? A so-called token of love on the very day it was supposed to be celebrated, only to remind her of heartbreak. But Regina didn't let that pain define her. She poured herself into her craft, racking up awards like they were trophies at a championship. Emmys, Oscars, you name it. Meanwhile, her son Ian began carving out his own lane, chasing dreams of being a singer-songwriter and DJ. Regina and Ian were tight more like best friends than just mother and son. But then tragedy struck in early 2022, shaking her world to its core. Regina faced the unimaginable when Ian passed away, leaving a void no award or accolade could ever fill. Who the ex was? The streets were quick to piece it together, and all signs pointed straight to Malcolm. The messy mix of heartbreak and audacity was too specific for folks to ignore. Imagine dumping someone on Valentine's Day and sending flowers with a side of "I still love you." The nerve. Regina didn't hold back, letting it be known that she trashed the flowers and had some choice words for whoever thought that was a good idea. While Malcolm has stayed mum about their past, his silence has only added to the mystery surrounding their breakup. Fast forward to early 2022, and tragedy struck Regina's world again in the most unimaginable way. Her son, Ian Alexander Jr., died by suicide just days before turning 26. The news devastated Regina, her family, and fans around the globe. In a heartfelt statement, her family described Ian as a bright light who brought joy to everyone around him. They asked for privacy as they faced this heartbreaking loss. Before his passing, Ian had posted cryptic messages on social media, sharing glimpses of his struggles. One tweet mentioned how unhealthy he felt Instagram was for him, and he referenced a SpongeBob SquarePants episode, hinting at feelings of being overwhelmed. Tragically, the depth of his pain wasn't fully understood until it was too late. After Ian's death, Regina understandably stepped back from the public eye to grieve and process her loss. 2 months later, she made her first public appearance while filming a biopic with John Ridley. Slowly, she started re-emerging, such as when she and her friend Naomi Harris were honored at the Filming Italy Festival with the Women Empower Prize. Still, her social media silence and limited public appearances speak volumes about her ongoing journey through grief. Fans continue to hold her in their hearts, hoping she'll find healing and strength in time. As for Malcolm, he's been keeping busy with acting projects and staying in the spotlight, though he hasn't spoken on his past relationship with Regina. The lingering mystery of their love story and breakup leaves fans wondering what really went down behind closed doors. The one she was talking about. They'll know, she told the magazine, and baby, that sounded like a direct side-eye at Malcolm Jamal Warner. She didn't stop there either. I love flowers, but he thought that was right, she added, with a little extra shade. What a mess, right? Honestly, nothing screams salt in the wound more than getting dumped on Valentine's Day and then being hit with a half-hearted bouquet like that's supposed to make it better. But let's be real, Regina wasn't letting that drama hold her back. She's been out here winning. By 2019, Sis took home an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, solidifying her spot as one of Hollywood's finest. Now, about that Valentine's Day fiasco, Regina seemingly called Malcolm out in January 2015, but later that same year, he made it clear there were no hard feelings on his end. After Regina's historic Emmy win in September 2015, Malcolm hopped on Twitter to send her some love. "Thank you for representing and affirming that integrity, dignity, and success can coexist," he wrote, proving he was nothing but proud of her. And if that wasn't enough to squash the drama, Malcolm addressed their post-breakup vibes in a 2016 interview with Sister to Sister magazine. He said things were all good between him, Regina, and her son Ian after the split. "Guess even messy endings can have a little peace in the aftermath. We're all very cool," Malcolm told the outlet, though Regina might see things a little differently based on her previous comments and what insiders have hinted about her feelings. Still, from Malcolm's side, it seems like there's no bad blood. But let's be honest, Regina is the one who truly came out on top. Post-split, she's been sweeping up trophies left and right, and is halfway to that coveted EGOT status as of this writing. Go off, Queen! The saga of Regina King and Malcolm Jamal Warner is a bittersweet reminder that life doesn't always go according to plan. Regina's journey in particular shines as a testament to strength and resilience. She's proof that you can overcome heartbreak and tragedy while continuing to build a legacy of excellence. Fans everywhere are rooting for her, wishing her peace and strength as she navigates life's ups and downs with her usual grace. Before her relationship with Warner, Regina was married to actor Ian Alexander from 1997 to 2007. Together, they shared their son, Ian Alexander Jr., who grew up to become not just her pride and joy, but also her favorite awards show date. Although their divorce started out rocky, Regina and Ian Sr. eventually put their differences aside to co-parent like champs. But just because Regina has been single doesn't mean she hasn't been living her best life. "I've been so busy with work," she told Wendy Williams in 2015. "My girlfriends are like, 'Do you think a man is just gonna knock on your door like, I'm here?' Laughing, she added, "I wish he would, but I've got to make that more of a priority." Clearly, though, her focus on her son and career has paid off. Ian Jr. gushed to E! News in 2019 saying, "Usually, people ask me, what's it like having Regina King as your mom? And honestly, she's just a super mom," Ian Jr. told E! News in 2019. "She doesn't let a bad day at work or anything else come home and mess up the time we spend together. She's just a super mom." The way he said it, over and over, left no doubt about the love and admiration he had for her. "It's really awesome to have a mom I genuinely enjoy spending time with," he added. "And honestly, doesn't that just make you love Regina even more? Balancing Hollywood pressures with motherhood, all while staying grounded? That's next level superwoman energy."